Just going on a morning walk through the land, get a bit of fresh air before it gets really hot later today. There's a lovely breeze, the sun is on my face. It's a beautiful wee-cut path in the meadow. So these are our olive trees, full of flower, looking beautiful. I think we should still get some olives this year, even though we've hard pruned them because they were burnt in the fires and then they grew like bushes. So we've removed a lot of the branches and just kept some straight branches on each tree. But it's beautiful here. Got all the flowers, Mediterranean daisies, and all the little grapevines just springing up on the edge of the terraces. We didn't even know were there. You know, they may do well this year, might not. We don't know because we haven't really got time to put all the supports up at the moment. But it's very pretty. Some sort of viper's bug gloss there, I think. A variety of. There's some shorter ones down on the bottom terrace. And we've got milk thistle, which I can't wait to go to seed so I can collect the seeds for medicine for my liver. And we've got mullein, which is great for any issues with sort of your bronchial tracts, you know, bad coughs, etc. So that's great. So I've always got a cough. And the flowers are full of beetles and insects. And then there's this cherry tree here that had cherries on, which I'm quite grateful for because a lot of people in our area haven't had cherries or have had very limited cherries, and we've only got a couple of trees. We've still got cherries on them, but the birds are eating them faster than we can at the moment. But they're ripening. And then there's this grapevine here that is growing out of the ground, wild, and is growing up the tree and is flowering. So we're going to get grapes up this tree. So it's perfect support for the grapevines. And then I found this oregano growing naturally here yesterday. And I had a lovely cup of oregano tea yesterday, which was absolutely delightful. No need to sweeten it or overcomplicate it. I just steeped it in boiling water, or just off boiling water. But it's very special here. I'm very, very, very grateful to be stewarding this land, allowing these wildflowers to establish. We're just trimming carefully at the moment rather than trim the whole thing, so just turn around and look back on where we've just come from. Just full of flowers and grasses. It's very special. I can see poppies on the terrace below. But I'm a true believer, I'm learning all about herbalism, and I'm a true believer that the right plants appear at the right time for whatever you might need support with. So these Mediterranean daisies are very, they're a good tonic really. They're very astringent, and so they're good for my liver. I've got a bad liver. So everything is here for a reason. Oh, just popped up there to see the apple tree. It's absolutely full of apples. I think you can probably just about see them on the video. You might not be able to hear though, there's birds all around me. Their bird song. It's extremely peaceful. And I arrived at our kind of bit of a building site here. This is our stone wall that they made because we had to make a supporting wall for the patio just outside the house because there was a wall here and it was collapsing, and I built, because it's such a large wall, built what was most cost effective, which is this block wall covered in concrete that is a bit of an eyesore with our sort of cesspit beneath it. And I need to plant lots of things up this wall to cover. And then when we needed to build another one here for similar reason, I just thought we need something a bit more attractive. So when you look up at the house, you can see the stone wall. But we're going to have a water tank down here. So these pipes here, collects all the water that runs off from the house. So the gutters come down and then under the ground, and then out of here. So we're going to have a water tank here that collects the rainwater, and then the excess there's a tube here that goes down all the way down the terrace to the water tank, so we'll save the extra water into the water tank. So hopefully we'll make use of all the water that we get here. More olive trees. We've got olive trees everywhere. We haven't pruned this olive tree very hard because we wanted to be able to see it from the patio at the top, but it's full of flowers. We probably just need to give it a little prune at the bottom just to keep it neat. And, going along the side of the wall here, so this is where I'm going to plant lots of things here to cover this up, so it's a nice little mini terrace. We just need to probably level out the ground a little bit. I've got another olive tree here looking. Again, we didn't prune this one too hard for the same reason. We wanted to be able to see it from the patio. And this is the boundary line. So the pile of rocks, where that cork oak is there, and then the pile of rocks goes all the way down here. And this area here, we're going to put the extra soil that we dig out when we make the garage, and then we're going to put that here amongst these stones, mix them up a bit and make a bit of a patio, a bit of a rockery, and grow some lavender and things down here so that it doesn't look like access, because it's quite a steep slope, and I've tried to walk down it a couple of times and it's a bit treacherous with the rocks slipping. So hopefully if we plant some things here, it won't look like a track of any sort. But that leads down to the bottom of the garden where we have the ruin that we'll eventually rebuild. And then going back up to the house, I've got my one of my favourite parts of the house where they built us this staircase out stone, which I do love. And then we're back to the building site. So this is our boundary line here, where I'm stood looking up to the top of the hill where we've got some cork oaks. And this cork oak here doesn't belong to us, this is a neighbour. It overhangs the house and creates a bit of shade for us, but we can still see the sunshine through it like dapple sun. And then we've got this new staircase that's just been built. It's quite steep, but the plan is to plant along the edge here. And this little patio is one of my favourite areas. Everything seems to be my favourite, but it's nice to sit here in the morning, see the sunrise, and then in the afternoon it's quite shady here. So we have the house shading it and the tree, so when it's really hot, it's nice to sit here. I'm coming up onto the veranda that's going to be enclosed with sliding patio doors. So we'll be able to open it up fully, but we'll be able to use it when it's a bit colder or wet, because at the moment the wind howls through here. We'll be able to enjoy the view.